Alright, what's up guys, it's Heat. I wanted to do a video today on what I think are the fastest and cheapest leveling builds in PoE right now that'll take you basically to mapping to end game very efficiently. So let's go ahead and start. So one thing that you should note is that for these builds, there are caster builds, and one thing that you want to do is you want to use a vendor recipe on a wand or a scepter. And
happy to share my hard-earned
vendor
wisdom
recipe
with you,
is
Exile.
basically you sell one magic wand in this case with one alteration, and then a ring of your element that you're going to be using. So for example, if you are going to be using lightning or arc, you would sell a topaz ring, and what this does is it gives you +1 to level of lightning gems, and this increases your DPS a lot, and it will help you level much faster and basically just mow through enemies. So you definitely want this, and then afterwards you also have the option of rolling an augment, and you might get lucky and roll something like increased spell damage, increased lightning damage, cast speed. All those are really good, but it's a matter of RNG whether you get lucky to roll that or not. And you only need a 3-socket for these builds to be effective, and even take you to mapping. So for example, let's take a look at the first build. The first build is Arc. I think Arc is insanely strong, especially as you level it. It scales well. You don't need a lot of offensive DPS nodes. It also shocks when it crits, so that's extra DPS. And basically you only need a 3-link, and the 3 links that I would recommend is Arc, faster casting, and lightning penetration. Additionally, if you want to go 4-link, I would recommend using Spell Echo. Spell Echo is really strong, and those 4 links, actually, you can actually take it all the way till mapping late maps like 76, 77, 78, depending on your build. But this is definitely really strong. This build is best suited for, in my opinion, the Shadow, the Witch, and the Templar. Less so the Marauder, but the Marauder can do it. It's just not as efficient as the other 3 classes, and you can spend a very limited amount of offensive passives to make it really strong. So for example, if you're going to do a melee-based Shadow, you can come up through the top of the tree through these element nodes, and even the faster casting, pick up shocks, pick up cold-hearted calculation, and maybe assassination, and you're good to go for leveling until you're ready for maps, until you even make the switch to your actual build. So it's extremely strong. The second build is Searing Bond. Now, for Searing Bond, you have 2 options. One, you can do dual totem Searing Bond, or the other is you can do a combination of Searing Bond and Flameblast. It's totally preference. It might even you might have to evaluate your tree to see which is a better way to go. Like for example, if you're a Marauder and you're going up into the Templar Witch area, you will pass an Ancestral Bond, which allows you to dual cast Searing Bond, so you might as well pick it up because it's very strong. And it's only 4 points, so you can spec out of those 4. Additionally, if you're not going to do 2 dual Searing Bonds, the only thing you need is Holy Fire, and this will carry you. Literally, Holy Fire will carry you till probably level 70. It's that strong, and it's that good. The only DPS gem that will increase DPS for Searing Bond is increased burning damage. So this is really strong. I highly recommend that. For a 3rd socket, probably faster casting. This will allow you to drop the totems faster. And for a 4th socket, probably item rarity. This will help with drops, with rare drops, which might actually give you an upgrade without you having to pay for it. But if you want to go DPS wise, probably Empower, but you need to have it level 2 before it does anything. Alright. So, if you don't want to do Searing Bond, the third build that I would recommend is strictly Flameblast. Flameblast is insane. It doesn't take a lot of passives. Again, that's kind of a reoccurring theme. These don't take a lot of offensive passives, and you can respec out of them very easily. And they just have like high DPS, monster crushing abilities. So, Flameblast, Fire Penetration, and then Chance to Ignite is really good. But for a third link, I would recommend Faster Casting, and for a fourth link, I would recommend Chance to Ignite. These four actually, you can probably take it, you can actually make it your build if you want. But all these builds are extremely strong with 3 links, and the 3 link an item is not that hard. It's really cheap, and you can vendor recipe it for the +1, which will make it even better. So those are the 3 builds that I think are the fastest and the cheapest, because you can get most of these from quest rewards. You don't have to pay for almost any of them, depending on your class. Now this is in regard, so this is, keep in mind, this is for skill tree 1.2. 1.3 has been leaked, and I still think that this will still be the case, because 1.3 is even better for casters, especially on the Templar side, in my opinion. So these builds will work well for Marauder, Templar, Witch, Shadow, less so, or maybe not at all, for Duelist and Ranger. For Duelist, I probably think Facebreakers is the fastest leveling build. It's extremely strong. With 0 DPS nodes, you can go strictly defensive until you need to make the switch to your actual build. You can look up some info on Facebreakers to see what that build is. For Ranger, I'm not really sure. I don't really level as a Ranger that fast, but maybe Tornado Shot, maybe Spec Throw, even though it's nerfed, it's still really strong. But these 2 classes probably are the least efficient in leveling fast, in my opinion. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any other builds that you think are really strong, go ahead and post them in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.